but yeah, to get the recognition, I suppose, inside the four walls of the football club, and like the role that I play, and that they saw that like what I've done this year is fitting for this award. I can't believe it. But also to all the other amazing award winners, and like to be on the stage with Turbo and Gabby Newton, the two players that I go into battle with every week, it was really nice. It was a tight count, I think, as well. So I'm just in disbelief really at the moment, but I'm going to enjoy the moment when I probably look back on my career more so. But I'm sure we'll have a good night as well.
You spoke about the role you play for the team and the little percenters and sort of the in and under work that's made you such a reliable player for this group. Can you take us a bit more inside that and the value your teammates obviously see in you as well?
Because I do things like I go forward and kick goals and things like that, but I think when I sit down at my reviews, or the actions that are shown on the screen in our review meetings aren't those things. It's like the shepherds that you do, the tackles, or snapping into defence and things like that. So to go into my reviews and know that at times I was doing those things. Obviously there's always time to improve as well, but I think that's what's really valued in this group. And every week someone else does those things, and to be fair, Turbo does them every week, and she does them like 21 times sometimes in games with tackles and that. Just they're the things I think that we really recognise in our players and celebrate, and then that's when all the other stuff comes after that.
More broadly, obviously runner-up in your first year last year, and now you've won the top goal. I mean, your career's just gone from strength to strength since you came to this club. What does it mean to you to have seen that trajectory in your career and been given that licence to play in that role?
I think obviously to switch clubs wasn't an easy decision. But now looking back over the last 2 years, as I reflect on my own football, I know that it was definitely the right decision for me. I'm really eager with this group as well to obviously get team success, and hopefully that's not too far off. But I think for me, I've had a real clarity on what my strengths are and the role I can play for the team. Just slotting into the midfield and forward line at this club has just allowed me to have a lot of confidence in my own ability, and hopefully what I'm doing is good enough for the team as well.
What does it mean? What has Freo done for you over its past 2 years? It's allowed you to fly. How have they got the best out of you?
I think the environment, the connection, I suppose, as Lisa Webb as the leader, as our coach, the connection that she builds with the playing group, and I think every player is very clear on their strengths and weaknesses, as I said. So I think when you don't have to overthink and you can kind of just focus on what your role is, I think that's definitely helped. And also I just think the players that I also train alongside as well have just meant that I've had to push and improve on my game, and I couldn't sit on my laurels, or else I probably wouldn't make the 21. So I think I just really pushed on and really tried to put a claim to spot in the team when I came in last year, and it's just probably allowed me to have the groundwork to then have good seasons.
You mentioned it in your speech, but you've obviously been in Australia for a while now. You've ended up with one of the highest individual honor from Is there a sense of vindication, or I guess belief? We always have that belief in you evaluate day, but is there a sense now, all these years later, now when you've ended up with this individual honor, that it would have been all worth it now, but how does it feel?
Like when I first came out as a 22-year-old, I was drafted by Western Bulldogs, and I lived in Melbourne for 5 months, and I used to go home and play Gaelic football and work as a physio. So, during that time, like, the league has come on leaps and bounds since then, and at my times at West Coast, I really enjoyed them, but I think towards the end, I really weighed up what I really wanted to do, and it was tough, really, losing every week, and I really missed my family and maybe playing Gaelic football, which is what I grew up playing. But I think to come across to Freo and just be reinvigorated, and I just feel like I've really set my roots now in Perth. I'm really enjoying my life outside of football as well. But obviously to be rewarded tonight has been really nice. But I think team success is what I really want. So hopefully over the next few years, that's something that we can build towards.
What's it like with your family back in Ireland? Sort of far. What's that sort of been like today? Are they able to, I don't know what the time difference is like, but do they watch the games? Do they watch the highlights?
Yeah, my mum nearly watches every game of it, every team, every round. So she doesn't get much sleep for about 3 months. But they're my number one fans, and yeah, they get up whatever time to watch the games. They're the first people that give me some feedback or ask me why I don't play like some other big names in the competition, or give me little tips and tricks. But they're just really happy to see how happy I am out here, and I think when they came and visited last year and how they connected with the Frio club, and all the other Irish parents were out at the same time, they had an amazing time, and they just know that I'm in good hands. So maybe post-career I'll eventually head back to Ireland, where mostly my friends and family are, but for now they're happy to see me out here, and hopefully they'll make an annual trip next year again.
What do you think that means to them winning this award now, on the other side of the world in a sport that maybe probably didn't know too much about before you came here?
Obviously they love me for who I am and not as a footballer, but I think it will make them really proud. They're the ones that drove the length and breadth of Ireland as a young kid for me to play Gaelic football in Camogie, and to see me on the other side of the world playing a totally different sport that we didn't really, it wasn't on my radar growing up, in a professional environment, and then to obviously get a reward like this, they'll just be very proud, and I'll FaceTime them when I get back to my phone.
What about in the county you're from in Ireland? Do you think you can sort of inspire the next generation of male and female footballers to keep coming out to Australia?
Definitely. I think the one thing I was lucky enough when I was at home in Ireland is we did actually have role models growing up. So I had like Tipperary ladies footballers. When I was a young kid, I played it like half-time, like Auskick style in Croke Park. So that was obviously amazing as a female athlete, but it's amateur sport in men's and women's. So to now have a pathway for Irish women to come out and play a professional sport is incredible. I'm also from a county that's produced a lot of very good footballers. So Aisling Maloney from Geelong is from my hometown, and Orla Dwyer, who's playing for Brisbane this weekend, is also from nearby, and she plays for Tipperary. So to see how successful those two players are as well from my county has been brilliant, and I'm sure they're creating a pathway as well and an inspiration to other kids too.
There's been a lot of talk in the room tonight about the frustration about the way the season ended. How have you personally reflected on the loss to Adelaide and just missing out on the finals?
The loss to Adelaide was tough. I think obviously the season was a lot of ebbs and flows. I think after the North and Brisbane game was quite low as well, but the way that this group galvanised and were able to get back on the horse really and create an opportunity for us to play finals was amazing. But that last game, I think just because we were so close and probably the game was there for the taking, it was a difficult one to process that week. But I think it just gives us more fire to know what we need to improve on. Obviously in some games we were pretty far off, and then other games we weren't. So I'm beating the likes of Melbourne, who produced an amazing performance last week in the prelims. So to know that we can potentially put it up to teams like that, but maybe we just need to do it for longer. I'm sure the coaches have been going back to the drawing board, and there'll be a lot of changes made to ensure that we can hopefully get team success at some point soon.
Also mentioned you feel like you have the best midfield group in the competition. What do you think the ceiling is for you guys as a unit next year?
I think it's an incredible group. We all play football so differently. I think each week there's a different player stood up, and we started to gel really towards that back half of the season. So I think with just more consistent football together, I'm sure that this group hopefully will be together for quite a long time and put it up to other really good midfields in the competition.
And midfields love kicking it to big key forwards. There's talk of Edem Zanker and her future and being linked to Fremantle. What would be your message to her if she decides to make that move?
I think definitely come across if she's interested, and for me it's been an incredible environment, and the change really brought the best out in me, and hopefully if she wants to come across that she does, and we'll have her.